All right, so now that we've learned all 5 of our congruence proofs, let's go through some of the answers for the worksheet we should have completed the other day. Number 1 is asking what additional information do we need to prove these two triangles are congruent using angle, side, angle. And really, angle, angle, side is very similar. So if we pay attention to what we have, we've got 2 right angles. So that's already one pair of angles marked congruent. Secondly, both triangles share the side SQ. Whenever two triangles share a side, that is a free side that we can mark congruent. That's always just a helpful bonus, kind of like if we have a pair of vertical angles. That's one pair of sides that we can mark as congruent without having to do any extra work. So far we already have an angle and a side. So there's 2 different routes we could go. We could either say that angle P is congruent to angle R. If we put angle P is congruent to angle R, that would give us angle, angle, side. Right? Because now we've got angle P is congruent to angle R, angle S is congruent to angle S, and side SQ is congruent to side SQ. Angle, angle, side. Done. All right, number 2, we want to check to see if we have enough information to say that these 2 triangles are congruent. Now, before I even read the picture, I'm going to mark my vertical angles. That is always a good place to start. So now let's read. It says, point X is the midpoint of VZ. So again, midpoint means it cuts it in half. That means that this VX is the same length as XZ. So right now we have one pair of sides and one pair of angles that we definitely for sure know is congruent. Unfortunately, this is not enough to use one of our triangle congruence proofs, so we need some extra information. And it really just depends which proof we want to use. If we want to go with angle, angle, side, or angle, side, angle, we need angle V to be congruent to angle Z, because that would make VX the included side. If we want to do angle, angle, side, we could use angle W is the same as angle Y. All right, for these next ones, we need to decide whether we can use angle, angle, side or angle, side, angle. And on none of them are we directly given enough information, so we'll need to use something like vertical angles or shared sides. So for example, before I start any work, I'm going to mark my vertical angles. Always mark your vertical angles. Now if we check what we have angle M is congruent to angle K. We have side MJ is congruent to side JK, and there's vertical angles. So those are congruent by angle, side, angle. Anytime you have 2 triangles that share a side, go ahead and mark that one congruent, which I think works on each of the other pairs. So let's check here, number 5, I've got an angle, I've got a side. If we got a right angle at one point, we've got a right angle everywhere. So this is, again, angle, side, angle. This next one, we've got that angle up at the top. We've got this angle down here in the middle, and the side they share. And for this last one, I've got an angle, I've got a side, and I've got one more side. Unfortunately, this is not a congruence proof. We're not allowed to swear on our homework assignments. Angle, side, side does not count as a congruence proof, so these are not congruent. A quick demonstration as to why angle, side, side does not count as a congruence proof. Suppose I'm going to fix this length, this angle, and this length. The question is, can I draw another triangle that has this exact same angle, this exact same side length, and this exact same side length? And this triangle does. Problem is, though, these are not the exact same triangle. They are not congruent. So angle side side, not a congruence proof.